Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 123.
Welcome.
We're on our theme of the energy of money this month again, continuing. And today's topic will be deliberate creation. Yay. It's so
Yes,
fun. I love this topic so much. And it's really, really fun and uplifting to talk about. So, yeah.
it is. And it's really fun because all of us, one of the main things we ask for when we're here in this physical experience is an increase in our abundance. And
Yeah.
a big part of that is increasing the money that's coming into our lives because with that, we can do so much. It allows us to feel more freedom. It allows us to feel more ease. It allows us to become more of who we are and to give and to grow our business and all of the things that we want to do in our lives, no matter who we are. And
Right.
so it's a wonderful topic to really touch on, especially as a lot of the major holidays are coming around and people are thinking about money, why not increase your abundance now so that you can do all the things that you want to in December as well?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
So good. And it really is the energy of it that changes. When you change the energy around money, it just seems to come easier and feel lighter. It doesn't feel heavy, like a heavy subject to talk about it. It feels good and exciting and uplifting. So, yeah.
And that's the way that it should feel because money is a neutral energy. And
Right.
whatever energy you apply to it, like we talked about last week, is really the energy that you'll get out of it. And so being deliberate about that is going to be part of our topic today.
Yay. I love it.
Yes.
So we're going to do a little bit again out of Money and the Law of Attraction. Love this book so much. Yeah.
Esther and Jerry Hicks, learning to attract wealth, health, and happiness. We all want all of those things.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
And they're all related. They're all
Yeah.
together really as part of one subject.
Yeah.
Wealth, health, and happiness are three prongs of really the same type of energy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and when we think about money in a positive way and think about what we could do with more, we can really be more of service to others and um, just love life a lot more when we have that freedom of having more money to do the things we want to do, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so good.
Yep. I said the energy of money is what you make it.
Yeah,
And we talked about last week how it really just expands who you are.
yeah,
And so just consider that as you're considering increasing your abundance. Who am I? And what am I going to become more of as I increase my abundance and the money coming into my life? It's a good question to ask right now as you're diving into this topic with us.
it really is. Yeah. All right. So, do you want to start us off?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do. So if you do have this book by some happy circumstance,
We hope you do because we talk about
you
it
should.
so much.
It's such a good book. It really is a great book. It is. I don't think that Esther has ever written a bad book, to be honest.
No, I
Um,
don't either.
I've loved every one I've read,
Yeah,
and they all have nuggets and explain things in different ways. And
right. I think
so,
this was one of my first ones that I got. It says March of 2015 is when I got this book. So that's a long time ago.
oh,
I,
yeah, I got this when we went to Denver and saw Esther in person.
yeah, I always put the date in. That's kind of cool to do to think back. Wow, I've been studying this for a long time. It's cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, if you have this book, we are on page 12. We're kind of continuing a little bit forward from where we were last week into this week. The topic is whenever I feel abundant, abundance finds me.
And isn't
When
that
you make the conscious, oh, I know, just that first line.
yeah. when you feel good, things come to you. Why? That's all we need to know, really. We could just close the book right there and remember to
Done.
feel good. Yeah. Yep. So good. I love it.
Yes, because the energy of abundance is the vibration of happiness. And when you feel happiness, you're putting out that vibration that matches abundance,
Yeah.
which means that it can come to you. You're in that receiving mode.
Yeah.
Simple,
Yeah.
but not always easy in practice.
Right. Yeah,
As a human being, it takes some practice.
it is, but it gets
Spend
better
more time
with
there.
practice. Right.
But I
Get-
mean, if you're going to practice something, practicing being happy and enjoying your life is a
uh,
great practice, no matter whether you are interested in this topic or not.
right. Very good thing to do. Okay.
All right. When you make conscious correlation between what you have been feeling and what is actualizing in your life experience, you are now empowered to make changes. If you are not making that correlation and so continue to offer thoughts of lack about what you want, the thoughts you want will continue to elude you. The things you want will continue to elude you, and the thoughts as well. People often, in this misunderstanding, begin to assign power to things outside of themselves in order to explain why they are not thriving in the way they would like. Quote, I'm not thriving because I was born in the wrong environment. I'm not thriving because my parents didn't thrive, so they couldn't teach me how to do it. I'm not thriving because those people over there are thriving and they're taking the resources that should have been mine. I'm not thriving because I was cheated, because I'm not worthy, because I didn't live the right way in a past life, because my government ignores my thoughts, because my husband doesn't do his part, because. And we want to remind you you're not thriving is only because you are offering a vibration that is different from the vibration of thriving. You cannot feel poor and vibrate poor and thrive. Abundance cannot find you unless you offer a vibration of abundance. Many ask, if I'm not thriving, then how in the world can I offer a vibration of thriving? Don't I have to thrive before I can offer the vibration of thriving? We agree that it is certainly easy to maintain a condition of thriving when it is already in your experience, because then all you have to do is notice the good that is coming, and your observation of it will keep it coming. But if you are standing in the absence of something you want, you must find a way to feel the essence of it, even before it comes, or it cannot come. You cannot let your vibrational offering come only in response to what is, and then ever change what is. You must find a way of feeling the excitement or satisfaction of your currently unrealized dreams before those dreams can come into your reality. Find a way to deliberately imagine a scenario for the purpose of offering a vibration and for the purpose of the law of attraction matching your vibration with a real life manifestation. When you ask for the manifestation prior to the vibration, you ask the impossible. When you are willing to offer the vibration before the manifestation, all things are possible. It is law.
I love that. Yeah. Um, and so true. We just have to remember the principles and it comes. That's the hard part, but we can
Yeah.
practice and do it and keep thinking about it, and it gets easier and easier to stay in that vibration and to remember that it is just energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. And one of my favorite things to do, and people who make a ton of money and people who coach other people in their businesses and to make a ton of money talk about being in the vibration of gratitude or
Right.
appreciation of what it is that's coming to you before it's there.
Yeah.
And if I would say, for one thing, if the subject that you're really, really wanting is too difficult for you to get on a higher feeling vibration about,
Hmm.
just get on the higher vibration of appreciating something you already have,
Yeah.
being grateful for something that you already have or have had, because it's still offering that same vibration and it will continue to improve your experience, even if you're not hyper focused on the situation that you're wanting to come to. It
Right.
allows you to soften the energy of it, to allow those things to begin to come to you. Essence of appreciation, the essence of things to be grateful for, and the essence of abundance.
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about, the essence. So things that match that vibration begin to come to you, which include the things that you've asked for.
Yeah. So, so true. And, really appreciating everything. And I remember when I learned that, always love where you're at. Because if you don't love where you're at, you can't get any better. You can't get to that better place. If you're always complaining about, oh, whatever, my car is a junker or whatever, my car always breaks down, then you're not in that vibration of a new car or a new house or whatever it is. But if you talk about, oh, I love my house so much, I can't wait to even to decorate a new one or whatever. I love what I did here. So I learned so much by doing this, whatever it is. And I can't wait to try it out in a new experience or, to level up a little bit. And we don't have to go from uh Toyota to a Mercedes, or whatever, you know, we can, but we don't have to think in a huge step if it feels unreachable. We can go a little step up. So, yeah.
And
So,
little thing that shows you improvement
yeah.
is good. And one of the things about seeing other people around you thrive in the ways that you want to, if
Hmm.
you see that, that's coming into your experience. Right then, you are being observing that thriving, which means that you're on the way to thriving yourself. So
Yeah.
don't see that as something to be jealous of. See that as something of, oh, I'm seeing other people thrive. I can be excited for them and
Mhm.
excited for what's coming my way. Because if I'm observing it, that means it's on its way to me. So I'm excited to see myself thrive in that way too. I
Yeah.
can feel it on its way. And seeing those as signs of positive signs rather than, again, showing you what you don't have.
Right.
So thinking about how you think about a situation matters a lot.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
matters a lot. Your perception really matters because your perception becomes your reality.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you know somebody that has done really well for themselves, but came from the same kind of place that you did, you should never be jealous of them like that. You should always think, well, if she can do it, I can do it. We came from the same place, or, kind of the same backgrounds or whatever. So there's nothing keeping you from doing that. It's just the energy that you want to be in and that you choose to look at with,
Right.
yeah.
And rather than feeling that jealousy piece of it, maybe think about, wow, you did that. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you.
Right.
Is there anything that you can tell me that you did that maybe can help me too?
Yeah,
You know, pick their brain,
right.
right? Why not? Because maybe there's one thing that they're doing that can
Yeah,
make it click for you too. And
yeah,
maybe they were put in there for that opportunity of
right.
your experience. So kind of think about, every observation can also be an opportunity.
Yeah,
And most are meant to be for you to grasp it. So what are you doing? Are
yeah,
you paying attention to that or are you stuck in the problem, the lack side of things? Where are you at perception wise and how you can begin to flip that script for yourself with
yeah,
seeing opportunity rather than lack?
yeah. And a lot of times while we're learning about things, we're influencing others, like we were talking about earlier before we started the recording, that how, last week, both of us had experiences where an old client came and said, oh, you changed my life. I just want to know you to know that. And we didn't think anything that we were doing that big a thing when we did it before. But now it's like, wow, yeah, that really did make a difference in someone else's life. I'm so glad that I was able to share it with them or whatever it is. So don't discount that you're not doing good things where you're at because you are. There's always someone that wants what you have, and that's better than what they have now. So, just like, when you get to another level, you're always looking at someone else that has done better. So it it's a never ending ladder climb kind of, but it's good. You should always be striving for better and doing better in your life and doing good. It doesn't mean you have to be a billionaire, whatever, but you should always strive for the things that you want and that you want to come into your life, and don't
Right,
discount them when they do, you
right.
know? Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely. And our intention with everything that we do is to always empower people
right.
to improve and change their lives for the better. Everything that we do.
Yeah,
But it feels also amazing to see that intention come to life in our clients.
yeah,
And to have somebody I haven't seen in years come to me and say that one reading changed my life.
yeah,
That meant the world to me because that is always my intention is that you are empowered to change your life for the better.
right.
And so to see that intention, coming into fruition, it just reminds us of why we do what we do,
Yeah,
and also reminds us, that we're empowering other people to do the same things. And we're excited to watch you change your life through
yes,
the different things that we talk about as well. And, we're all about empowerment. And that's really why we talk about these subjects. We want to empower you to
yeah,
live a life that's better and better and better
yeah,
and enjoy it,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So good. All right, I'll read the next part. And so rather than by default, live life deliberately. I like that. Um,
Yes.
We are giving this book to you to remind you of things you already know at some level, so as to reactivate that vibrational knowledge within you. It is not possible for you to read these words, which represent the knowledge that you hold from your broader perspective, without a recognition of this knowledge beginning to surface from within. This really is the time of awakening, the time of remembering your personal power and your reason for being. So take a deep breath, make an effort to get comfortable, and slowly read the contents of this book to restore yourself to your original vibrational essence. So here we are, in a wonderful state of being, no longer an infant under the control of others, somewhat acclimated into your physical environment, and now, by reading this book, returning to the recognition of the full power of your being. No longer buffeted
Yeah.
around by the law of attraction like a small cork in a raging sea, but finally remembering and gaining control of your own destiny, finally and deliberately guiding your life within the power of the law of attraction, rather than responding to an attitude of default and just taking life as it comes. In order to do that, you have to tell a different story. You have to begin to tell a story of your life as you now want it to be, and discontinue the tales of how it has been or of how it is. That those words are so, so true. Um, you know, when if things start going downhill, to remember that you're in charge. We don't have to be a bobber floating on the waves.
Right.
It's awesome to go with the flow and to have those times where we can just, you know, run free, but we're in charge when things start to go a different way. We can turn those around so much easier if we know that we can.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
And that's why this next section is so important.
Yes.
Tell the story you want to experience,
Mm,
right?
yes.
To live deliberately, you have to think deliberately. And in order to do that, you must have a reference point in order to determine the correct direction of your thought. Right now, just as at the time of your birth, the two necessary factors are in place. The law of attraction, the most powerful and consistent law in the universe, bounds, and your guidance system is within you, all queued up and ready to give you directional feedback. You have only one seemingly small but potentially life-changing thing to do. You have to begin telling your story in a new way. You have to tell it as you want it to be. As you tell the story of your life, and you do it nearly all day, every day, with your words, your thoughts, and your actions, you have to feel good while you tell it. In every moment, about every subject, you can focus positively or negatively. For in every particle of the universe, in every moment in time and beyond, there is that which is wanted and the lack of what is wanted, pulsing there for you to choose between. And as these constant choices reveal themselves to you, you have the option of focusing upon what you want or the lack of it regarding every subject, because every subject is really two subjects:
Mm.
what you want or the absence of what you want. You can tell by the way you feel which choice you are currently focused upon, and you can change your choice constantly.
I love that. And that brings back when we got to see Esther in Denver, and she talked about exactly this.
Which is
It's,
my favorite
yeah,
analogy of all time.
yeah, yeah. So good. All right. Every subject is really two subjects. The following are some examples to help you see how every subject is really two subjects: abundance, poverty, or the absence of abundance; health and illness, absence of health; happiness, sadness, absence of happiness; clarity, confusion, absence of clarity; energetic, tired, absence of energy; knowledge, doubt, absence of knowledge; interested, bored, absence of interest. I can do that. I can't do that. I want to buy that. I can't afford that. I want to feel good. I don't feel good. I want more money. I don't have enough money. I want more money. I don't know how to get more money. I want more money. That person is getting more money than his or her share. I want to be slender. I am fat. I want a new car. My car is old. I want a lover. I don't have a lover. As you read this list, it is undoubtedly obvious to you which we consider to be the better choice in each example. But there is a simple and important thing that you may be forgetting. There is a tendency as you read a list such as this to feel a need to state the factual truth about the subject, tell it like it is, rather than make the statement of what you desire. That tendency alone is responsible for more miscreating and more personal disallowing of wanted things than all other things put together. And so the examples and exercises offered in this book are given to help you orient yourself toward what is wanted, not to explain what already is. You have to begin telling a different story if you want the law of attraction to bring you different things. I love that. And, when you start remembering that list and when you're talking about something like one that was really took me a while to figure out was like, I want to buy that. I can't afford that. Quit saying I can't afford that. Say, well, it's not in my budget right now, but it's coming, or I'm saving for that, or whatever. Just change your words around so it's not feeling unreachable when there are things that you want that aren't within your reach at the moment, but you can strive to get there, right?
I'm excited to buy that, would be a good way to
Yeah,
put it for yourself. I'm
yeah,
excited to buy that. That'll be a really fun purchase.
yeah, yeah.
Or even do the exercise that we did a few months ago, where you go around and you energetically purchase things throughout the day with the money that you have.
Yeah.
and go through that kind of thing and see it and go, oh, I just can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited to buy that. It's gonna be so much fun. If you flip the script and you flip how you feel about it, that makes all the difference. And that's really what it is what is the story you're telling? And
Right.
that's really this next section talks about what
Yeah.
story am I telling myself?
Yeah.
And Tracy, I love that example because I think, most of us watching this can relate to that.
Oh, yeah.
We've all said that to ourselves.
Yeah.
It's a very common thing to say to yourself, but that's also a good reminder of I'm telling myself that, and
Yeah.
that continues to be my story, and that continues to be my reality, and that's not the reality that I'm creating for myself. So I need to work on those contradictory thoughts.
Right. Yeah. So good.
I love it.
Yeah.
What is the story that I'm now telling? A very effective way to begin to tell that new story is to listen to the things that you are now saying throughout your day. And when you catch yourself in the middle of a statement that is contrary to what you want, stop and say, well, I clearly know what it is that I don't want. What is it that I do want? Then deliberately and emphatically make your statement of desire. I think that's one of my favorite things to do. If I hear myself complaining or
Yeah.
starting to go on about something, I stop myself and go, okay, is that what I want? No, it's what I don't want.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that I know what I don't want, what do I want?
Right.
And I work on consciously flipping that script. And
Yeah.
that was something in the revelation I had last week about the communication piece
Yeah.
that I realized what I was saying to myself all the time
Right.
that people don't communicate with me. And I flipped it, I said, I want people to communicate with me. That's the whole thing, isn't it? So then I started doing things on I'm so glad that communication is easy, and I love that people are now talking to me about things, and it's easy for clients to communicate with me, and I just made it easy around that subject for myself. And let me tell you, that's changed a lot in the last, week.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
and
And
people
is
are coming out of the woodwork communicating with me. Isn't that nice?
yeah. And it's so crazy how fast that can happen, how fast it flips just by telling a different story. Yeah.
It really,
It,
in practice, it does work.
yeah.
And depending on how resistant you are in the beginning to the
Yeah.
old story or how much of the old story you've been telling, it
Right.
can happen real fast or it could take a little bit of time. For me, it's happening really fast because I realized like, duh,
Yeah.
and that's an easy thing to change is the energy of communication because it's not physical energy really.
Yeah. So good.
Easy for us because we don't have to see it. So then deliberately and emphatically make your statement of desire, was where I ended. I hate this ugly, old, unreliable car. That's not very effective, is it? I want a pretty, new, reliable car. Better. I'm fat. That's not helpful. I
No.
want to be slender. Is better. My employer doesn't appreciate me. I want to be appreciated by my employer. Many would protest, claiming that a simple rewording of a sentence would not make a shiny new car appear in your driveway, or change your fat body to one that is slender, or cause your employer to suddenly change your personality and begin to treat you differently. But they would be wrong. When you deliberately focus upon any desired subject, often proclaiming it to be as you want it to be, in time you experience an actual shift in the way you feel about the subject, which indicates a vibrational shift. When your vibration shifts, your point of attraction shifts. And by the powerful law of attraction, your manifestational evidence or indicator must shift also. You cannot talk consistently of the things you do want to experience in your life without the universe delivering the essence of them to you.
Mm, so good. And
Words you use have power.
right. Yeah. And a lot of times we'll have those things delivered to us, but we're in such a negative space that we don't realize that they've been delivered. You know, when you get in that um, negative motion, um, when you step back and take a look, You're almost there. You're just not realizing it yet, right? Yeah. So good. Uh,
Awesome.
The pivoting process can reorient my life. The process of pivoting is a conscious recognition that every subject is really two subjects, and then a deliberate speaking or thinking about the desired aspect of the subject. Pivoting will help you activate within yourself the aspects that you desire regarding all subjects. And once you accomplish this, the essence of the things that you desire on all subjects must come into your experience. There is an important clarification that we must make here. If you are using words that speak of something that you desire, while at the same time you are feeling doubt about your own words, or your words are not bringing you what you want because the way you are feeling is the true indication of the creative direction of your thought vibration. The law of attraction is not responding to your words, but to the vibration that is emanating from you. That's so, so important. If we're not feeling good, uh, you're stopping that momentum, just by feeling good about anything, really, it's going to let that open those gates and for things to flow to you. So, remember, if things aren't coming like you want them to, what are you really feeling like? You might be saying the right words, but if you're not feeling like it's going to happen, it's still not going to happen because you're not changing the energy of it, right?
Your the way you feel tells you where you are vibrationally.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's why being in a good feeling place is so important because that means you're in the vibration of the things that you've asked for. You're in that receiving mode.
Yeah.
And so if that subject doesn't feel good to you,
Yeah.
put the subject down. Focus on another subject until you do feel better. And then maybe come back to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Pivoting.
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 Talk about that every week, I think. Yeah.
It's important. It's incredibly important. People ask, how do I get what I want?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Right. Okay. However, since you cannot speak of what you do want and what you do not want at the same time, the more you speak of what you do want and the less frequently you will be speaking of what you do not want. And if you are serious about telling it like you want it to be rather than like it is, you will, in time and usually a rather short time, change the balance of your vibration. If you speak it often enough, you will come to feel what you speak. But there is something even more significantly powerful about the process of pivoting. When life seems to have you negatively oriented toward the lack of something you want, and when you make the statement, I know what I do not want, what is it that I do want? The answer to that question is summoned from within you. And in that very moment, the beginning of the vibrational shift occurs. Pivoting is a powerful tool that will instantly improve your life. I love that. Um, One thing that I do if I'm feeling negative or feeling like things aren't working out how I want them to at the moment, I usually go for a walk or do something that gets my mind off and switches that energy up so that I'm feeling good. Do something that I love to do. Pick up a book and read a few pages or go paint a picture or, play with the plants or do anything, repot a plant or play in, work in the yard, anything like that. For me, nature is my biggest thing to make me feel better. And now we're getting to the time of season where we can't go out in nature as much. But even then, you can do things. I can the sun shines in my living room window, I can do a meditation on my couch and the sun is shining on me. So I can
Mhm.
pretend I'm at the beach or whatever it is, I can always do things to lift that energy and change that energy when I'm going down a slippery slope, right? And I'm
Right.
sure you have the same things that you do when you're feeling at a lower point.
Oh yeah, 100%. Music is a big one for me.
Yeah.
Listening to a song can completely change how I feel and my energy. And sometimes it can help me get out excess energy so then I feel better on the inside and can begin to rise, right?
Right.
A lot of us sometimes we need a release. And for me, that's a good way to do it. And it's a positive way and it feels good to me.
Yeah.
You know, um, Meditation is a big one for me. If I'm feeling off,
Yeah.
I meditate
Yeah.
because that changes everything for me. Changes my vibration, changes how I feel, changes my autonomic nervous system and whether it's elevated or not,
Mhm.
everything. So meditation is always a huge one for me, as everyone who's watched this podcast even once probably knows. And then, you know, there's a myriad of things that help me to
Right.
feel better and to pivot.
Yeah.
And, another big one that we've talked about a lot as a tool is Rampage of Appreciation.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one is huge for me. I use that one all the time. I use that one all the time, especially in the car, because the car is a difficult place for me. I drive very, very far to work every day, and I end up in rush hour traffic a lot. And it can be difficult because not everybody thinks that driving a car should be a safe experience.
Right.
So, so I work a lot on going into it with a positive energy. But then if I struggle in between, when I start to get a little anxious, if I get to town, which some days are like that and some days aren't.
Yeah.
But on the days that I do, if I can do appreciation in my car of things that I appreciate, even just looking at the things around me, it changes everything for the drive and it changes everything in how I feel. It changes everything for when I get to work, right? So think about the things for you that work. And if, you're having trouble finding that, use some of the tools that we talk about
Yeah.
and use the tools that we talk about with pivoting and improving your emotional state and things like that, because that's going to make a huge difference for you as you go along if you're willing to practice.
Yeah.
And a tool is only good if you use it, right? It's
Yeah.
only useful if you use it.
Right. Yeah. We have to use the tools that we have. Otherwise, you know, you can't complain about things not working if you're not using the tools, right?
If you're not willing to try something different, you're going to continue to get the same results.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the reality.
Yeah.
And your reality doesn't have to be the one that it is, because you wouldn't be watching this if it was exactly what you wanted.
Right.
And you have the power to change that. So it's like, are you gonna or not?
Yeah.
That's totally up to you. You
Yeah.
can keep floating along in the direction that you're going right now, and maybe at some point it'll go the direction that you want, and maybe some point it won't. It all depends on you. But right now is a really good time to shift that, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
So,
is always a good time.
yeah. Now is when is the time now? Okay.
Speaking of deliberate creation,
Yeah.
one more section for you guys.
Yeah.
I am the creator of my life experience. You are the creator of your own life experience. And as the creator of your experience, it is important to understand that it is not by virtue of your action, not by virtue of your doing, it is not even by virtue of what you are saying that you are creating. You are creating by the virtue of the thought that you are offering. You cannot speak or offer action without thought vibration occurring at the same time. However, you are often offering a thought vibration without offering words or action. Children or babies learn to mimic the vibration of the adults who surround them long before they learn to mimic their words. Every thought that you think has its own vibrational frequency. Each thought that you offer, whether it has come to you out of your memory, whether it is an influence from another, or whether it is a thought that has become the combination of something you have been thinking and something that another has been thinking, every thought that you are pondering in your now is vibrating at a very personal frequency. And by the powerful law of attraction, the essence of that which is like unto itself is drawn. That thought is now attracting another thought that is its vibrational match. And now those combined thoughts are vibrating at a frequency that is higher than the thought that came before. And they will now, by the law of attraction, attract another and another and another, until eventually the thoughts will be powerful enough to attract a real life situation or manifestation. All people, circumstances, events, and situations are attracted to you by the power of the thoughts that you are thinking. Once you understand that you are literally thinking or vibrating things into being, you may discover a new resolve within you to be more deliberately direct your more deliberately direct your own thoughts.
Yep. That is so good. Um,
I think it's really important to remember how much power our thoughts have.
yeah,
What you're thinking, the way you're thinking affects how you feel. And when it affects how you feel, that means that it's affecting your vibration. So you know where you're at vibrationally by how you feel. And
yeah,
so your thoughts having such an effect on that. And we know that it does physically, vibrationally, emotionally, everything. It has an effect of what you're putting out there. Does it match with what it is that you do want, or does it match what you don't want? And
yeah,
that's a simple question to ask yourself. Am I feeling good with this thought?
yeah,
Or am I not feeling good with this thought?
yeah. Check in with yourself. And we talk about that a lot too. You know, always check in, see how you're feeling. What, where are you at vibrationally? Where are you at on that scale?
It tells you everything.
Yeah, yeah,
It tells you everything you need to know.
it really
Am
does.
I on the path towards the things that I've asked for and what I want for my life? Or am I off of it?
Yeah,
Am I satisfied, happy, joyful, feeling pretty decent, anywhere in there that's satisfied or above,
yeah,
or not?
yeah,
Am I attracting the things that I've asked for in my life, or am I repelling them?
yeah,
Where am I at? That's all you need to ask. That's like the simplest question ever. How do I feel? And if that's something you're not great at, is knowing how you feel, look at the emotional scale and figure out where am I on that scale,
yeah.
approximately. Get close because that will tell you where you're at. That will tell you where you need to go from there.
Hmm. Yeah. It's easy. And we've, sometimes try to make it harder than it is. But once you practice it a little bit, you're going to get the hang of it. And it's so much easier.
And it's worth the practice.
It really
It's
is.
worth the practice because you're here because you had a desire to change your life
Yeah.
in the area of abundance.
Yeah.
And we're here to tell you that that is the fastest, most effective way
Yeah.
to get there from where you're at.
Yeah. And like last week when we talked about it is our birthright to be abundant. We're here to live an awesome life and to have fun and to love our life. So why would you choose not to? You know? Hello.
And it is a choice. It
Yeah.
is a choice. It's your choice to think the thoughts that you're thinking, whether to keep going with that or change it.
Yeah.
And it's your choice of how you perceive your life. It's your choice to see the gold in it
Right.
or to see all the negative.
Yeah.
And it is a deliberate choice. And to make it a deliberate choice of what do I want? What story am I telling? Do I
Hmm.
want it to continue or do I want to change it? And in what way can I begin to change it today?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you don't have to start with everything all at once. Start with, okay, I noticed that I'm telling this one story that I don't like.
Right.
I'm going to change that today. And
Yeah.
when I hear those thoughts come up into my mind or I hear those thoughts come out of my mouth, I'm going to flip the script and I'm going to change it. And I'm going to make that one change and train myself in my brain to be on board with that.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to the next
Yeah.
because I know that alone is going to improve my life.
Hmm.
Start somewhere.
Yeah. You gotta just start wherever you can and and try it because you'll feel the difference. You'll notice the difference. Your thoughts will become more positive and you'll feel better about yourself, about your surroundings, about everything in your life. So,
Mm.
yeah, I love
Yes.
it.
So good.
So, Carissa, where can we find you on this wonderful world of interwebs? We haven't said that word for a while. I feel like
Yeah, we probably did last week.
probably.
Um, the easiest place to find me is on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing. Um, and I also have a Square site, which is light-of-hope-healing.square.site. Light of Hope Healing, bunch of dashes in between, .square.site, which is also on my Facebook page, I believe. If they didn't make it so you couldn't do external links, who knows? You can also find us on Facebook at Our Soul Space and on YouTube at Soul Space Podcast as well. So lots of places that we are together. You
Yeah,
can find me physically in person, not only at our West Fargo office, but also I'm going to be in Bismarck at the Souls of Spirit Expo on November 21st. And that's a Saturday. I believe that's the date. I mean, my brain is like dates doesn't they
uh,
don't stick, but I believe it's November 21st. Is that
that's a
right?
Friday. 22nd is Saturday.
22nd, November 22nd. So I'm leaving November 21st. I
Right.
will be in person in Bismarck on November 22nd doing my angel and spirit guide readings
Awesome.
for everybody there. And looks like I'm going to be teaching some more classes too. So watch out for those. I'm going to be scheduling those. I just got asked to teach a couple of Reiki classes again, which I'm so excited about because I do love it so much. And there's people like, I want to take my Reiki 1, I want to take my Reiki 2. I was like, absolutely, let's do that. So
Yeah.
I'm going to be teaching Reiki as well as Tracy because we both
Yeah.
love that modality and we both love to teach it.
Yeah. Reiki is
And
pretty much our start of, you know, energy work, and it's kind of a gateway drug, right? That's what I
it's
always.
a life-changing modality
It
to,
is.
is probably the best way to put it. The gateway to everything else that is your gift and the things that and gifts and things that you have to share with the world.
Yeah,
Reiki is really for both of us, it was the catalyst into that. And so
it's
beautiful. So I will be
life change.
posting those at some point. Yes, life-changing. Absolutely. Um, but yeah, so I'll be in person in Bismarck if you're in Bismarck, November 22nd,
Yeah, yeah,
2025.
yeah,
I'm doing readings. And then Tracy, I know you have some really exciting things coming up, but where can we find you so we can find out about all of the things that you just scheduled?
yeah. I am on Facebook and Instagram at Inspired Signals and Inspired Signals Studio. Um, I also have a website, Inspired Signals, and um, there I have all my links. So if you forget about everything, just go there and you'll find everything. Um, I have a Reiki class coming up in December, a Reiki 1, December 8th. And then I have next week, next Wednesday, I'm starting my series of artistic alchemy classes. So the first one is going to be mindful brush strokes. It's intuitive painting and it's really fun. We use color cards and maybe colors that you wouldn't think of using, but for some reason they're being drawn to you. So that's one of my favorite classes to do.
Oh, I love that one. I mean, I have my painting that I did at our last one like that
Awesome.
up in my new bathroom.
Cool.
It all worked out so beautifully. That is amazing. Yes, that one, come to that one.
Yeah, that one is good. So
Yes.
that is November 19th, next Wednesday, 6:30 to 8:30. Um, the event will be up today on Facebook, so you can find it. And I'll post it, I'll share it on my Inspired Signals page. So and probably my personal page and my studio page, all the things. But
Do it
yeah,
everywhere.
those are fun. So we're gonna do a series of those, four of them, once a month for 4 months. So if you're bored in the winter, it's a good time to do art, right? Uh,
Yes.
every day is a good day to do art in my books, but
True.
yeah, yeah. So we will be back again next week with another fun episode. And
You're
we're
gonna
gonna,
love that one.
yeah,
Make
we're
sure you make it for next week.
Yeah, next week is going to be fun. We're going to release all the crap that we're holding on to so we can be more abundant. Yeah.
Yes.
So it'll be a good one next week. Be looking for that and like and follow us so you get our um, you know, it'll tell you when we upload a new one. So,
Yep.
yeah. We will see you next week. Have an awesome rest of this week and think about abundance. Think about
Right.
the things you want.
Enjoy it. Make it fun
Yeah,
and have a wonderful week where
right.
you see evidence of your abundance coming to you
Yeah.
everywhere you look. Let's do
Remember,
that.
you're in control of it. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.